Okay, so information comes whenever it comes, and that might be in the bathtub. So just go with it. That's part one. So what is coming through is, this is something that's true for me and for humanity in general, and that's that the spiritual transformation that's coming is going to be and has to be slow. If you look at history, there have been times where people tried to push this information more quickly into the consciousness, and it wasn't ready, and bad things happened to them. They became martyrs, they became whatever. And what that knowledge is, I guess I'm supposed to share, is this thing that, so Christ came to the planet to be an example of what's possible for all of us. And the knowledge that is coming out is that each of us, there's a way to do it, right? There's a system to do it. How to connect to divine energy, how to receive your intuitive guidance, right? There's a way. There's no middleman required or needed. It's really just us as individuals going through the process of connecting to that information. And then the more we do it, the more we remember who we are and why we're here. And that's the information that's coming back into consciousness. We're remembering that. That there's a process to remember, and then the true remembering of why we're here and all that is the follow-on to remembering the process of how to get there, if that makes sense. But this process is slow, and we cannot push it any faster than it's meant to go, because there's so much fear to overcome. Whenever there's change, fear comes up in people. When you're going to take a leap, there's fear there, right? And other people seeing you leap brings up fear in them. So this is going on all the time, and if you've been doing any kind of personal development work, you're really familiar with this process. Fear comes up, you release it, and then you move into the next, phase of your life. And it's coming up really for me in my life personally that there's no rush to get to the next place. I am building structure in my life and making sure my energy is protected and taking care of myself. But there's no rush. Like, that can unfold in a very gentle, gradual way, and I don't have to be concerned that I need to do certain things, very quickly. Like, I need to knock out certain goals. So for example, I have a bunch of stuff in my house that I know doesn't serve me, that I know needs to go, to really get my life into order, right? Really well-defined order. But I also know that I need to take the time to care for myself during the process of bringing that order into my life. So taking the time for a bath, right? Or for meditation, or for connecting to higher guidance, for making myself wonderful raw foods. I'm eating raw vegan right now for the most part. I just feel called to at this time. It's super important for all of us to take the time to honor ourselves as we move through this. There's no rush. It's happening both in our lives and in a global humanity type way. And if we just relax and allow it to proceed as it needs to, because there's a lot to heal. In the history of humanity, there's so much to heal, so much fear to let go of. We were in a time before that was very you can say masculine dominated, very mind, ego dominated, right? With much less of the feminine grace and beauty in it. And that's coming into balance now. We've got to heal all that past to move forward. It has to happen. And it's nothing that can happen quickly. It can happen fairly quickly for you if you accept the help that's available, like ayahuasca, like going to somewhere like Rhythmia. It can move more quickly, but ultimately there's no rush, and all you have to do is surrender to the timing that the divine is providing for you, right? And that's true for individuals, for all of us. Like, it's all happening. There's no rush to make everybody vegan, if that even is the end state. I don't know that it is. There's no rush to do that. There's no rush to instantly fix the environment or stop the use of pharmaceuticals, or, you name it, stop all warfare, get rid of money, Like, these things may happen. I'm not saying that those things will happen. These things may happen, but they have to happen gradually. This all has to happen gradually because there's so much momentum and old beliefs and old stories clinging to what exists, what had existed, right? This thing that's kind of dying. So you can think of it this way: there is this old paradigm, right, that exists, that is decreasing, right? Decreasing. You can call it a focus on creating comfort. It's kind of what we've been focused on in life, creating comfort and security. So that idea, the Celestine prophecy talks about it as a preoccupation with doing that, and that's going away. At the same time, this other thing is rising, this knowledge of what we really are, what we're here to do, that we've always had a purpose, that we just got preoccupied with creating security for a while, but that's, coming to an end. And this new phase of waking up to our individual divine blueprints and the divine blueprint for humanity, and remembering it is happening. But and then we're in the overlap of those two things right now. We're in this overlapping period where one is going away and one is rising, right? And that overlap probably lasts a really long time. But every day we're moving more and more into this love, this connectedness, this unity, which eventually leads to a utopia on earth, right? Of some form, has yet to be fully unfolded and defined. But it's out there, it's out there. And the reality you experience is completely based on your own energy and how you view the world and what you believe. So even though this other stuff might be going on out there that's terrifying, scary, horrible, what you will experience in your personal life is totally based on your own energy, completely. And you have total control over that. And it's not to say that we just totally ignore what's going on, but we can have compassionate awareness and be a witness to this healing that's taking place in the world while doing what we need to do to take care of ourselves, because that's the most important thing we can do. Taking care of ourselves and raising our own energy has the biggest impact on the rest of the world that we can possibly have. There's nothing that has a greater impact. There's no action you can take, right, than connecting to that energy and raising it. Because it will give you actions to do and then you'll do them. But those actions stem from that connection in the first place. And that's why the connection is paramount. So I think the message overall is to just relax. Relax and just do what you feel you're called to do and take care of yourself, and it's all going to be amazing. It's all going to be amazing. There's nothing to worry about. It's going to take time. We're going to get there collectively. Just remember who you are. Remember why you're on this earth, right? And there's ways to do that. Read the Celestine prophecy. Go to Rhythmia, or do ayahuasca somewhere else, or other types of plant medicine. Do what you're called to do, and it will help you to remember who you are and why we're here. Love you.